اوكي ان شاء الله بنبدأ الآن.
Recording started.
I would like to welcome everyone to our class this week. We will discuss the the ER diagram and the normalization. First, we will look at the ER diagram, the entity relationship diagram. This is the entity relationship diagram. So what is this box? What do we call this box? Okay, correct. This is an entity, okay? Within an entity, what do we call this thing? We call this the entity name. So this is the entity name or title, okay, which means the name of your table, okay. Also, within your entity, what do we call these items? They are attributes, okay, and they are the name of your columns, okay. What do we call this star? This star and this one, what do we call them? Now these are identifiers. Okay, these are the identifiers, such as primary key, so primary key or foreign key. Okay. What do we call these lines between the entities? Correct. We call them relationships. Okay. What is the meaning of this line? These lines. What do we call this type of line? One to many. Okay. What if we have just one line? What do we call this type? Now it looks like a burger or something. Okay. Yes, one to one. Okay. Okay, so the many, always with these multiple lines, the branches. If you have branches, these are the many. Okay, and if you have only one line, this means the one. Okay. Any questions? It's okay, whatever direction. It means one cell have many items, one sold items. It doesn't matter the direction. The PK means primary key, and the SK means foreign key. Any questions? Okay, can your question be wait until we finish the normalization? Any questions regarding the ER diagram? Okay, let's go to normalization. Okay. So unnormalized data, where you have a lot of unnormalized data. ERD means entity relation diagram. Okay. So unnormalized data, where you have a lot of repetition in your data, a lot of redundancies. Okay. You have data within data. For example, you have advisors, which should be a one table, a student should be one table, and so on. So how do we make a more logical databases? How do we build more logical databases? Is we use normalization. A normalization are three rules that we could use. So the first normal form is finding no repeating groups, making sure there is no repeating groups. For example, tables should have only 2 dimensions. Okay, since one student has many classes, these classes should be listed in a separate table or a separate column. Okay, so in the above records are indicated as design trouble. So this one is a bad design of the database, bad design for the database. So the first normalization form is what we do is, as you could see, we have one column of a class, or we could make it one table. Okay, we don't make, as you could see, we have a lot of duplicate, a lot of redundancies here, but each one of them are rows, not columns. Okay, so what do we do next is we go to the second normal form. Eliminate redundant data. Redundant means duplicates. Okay, duplication. So note that there is a multiple classes value for each student. Student value in the above table. Classes is not functionally dependent, so it's not dependent on the student. However, the student depends on the classes. So the relationship is not in a second normal form. How do we do it? We split it. So this is the student table, and this is the class table. What we do, we have the student information in one part, okay, that connects, for example, here, student connect to a class. So one student, such as 1002, here will have many classes such as 101, 143, 159, okay? So, the third normal form is eliminating data not dependent on the key. It means that any data or any information that are not dependent on the primary key, we split it up. For example, in the last example, the adv room, the advisor office number, is functionally dependent on the advisor attribute. The solution is to move the attribute from the student table, because they are not dependent on the student, to the faculty table. So we create a faculty table as shown below. So we have the student. Each student will have an advisor. Okay. And the advisor information, this is what we call the faculty table. This is the faculty table. This is where we have the name of Jones here, room, and department. Okay. Any questions? Is it clear? Okay, this is the simplified normalization and the ER diagrams. So, regarding the midterm, inshallah, will be on Wednesday, inshallah next week. It will be 1 hour, and it will be 25% of your coursework, or your course. Okay? It will be from chapter 1 till chapter 5. So this week's chapter will not be included. Okay? So the first step in your exam, read all the questions before you answer. Okay? Second, answer the easy questions. Okay? Third, answer the questions that you feel it is hard. Okay? Any questions? Just a reminder, assignment 2 will be assignment 2 deadline will be on the 1st of November. No, the ER diagram will not be included. Yes, this week will not be included. It's good to finish your assignments before your midterm. Okay? 1st of November. Muhammad, what do you mean? Yeah, so the DFD makes sure that you understand the requirements. So in DFD, let me write it down. In DFD, understand requirements, Okay. Then create a simple use case. Then create your DFD. Okay. Yeah, you could leave if you want, Mr. Khalid. Any questions? Yes, the process will be a verb. No, make sure that you use the use case card, but not in the sense that you have to be perfect, but make sure that you have your actors, triggers, what type of trigger, the name of the use case, what also? The major inputs, the major outputs, and the steps. Okay? Yes, the same as your assignment. Any questions? Okay. Thank you very much.